So that is the E major chord, and this will be the first chord that we learn, the first full chord, because we've already learned power chords and octave chords. So now we're stepping into the big leagues. So if you're not familiar with chord charts and how to read them, I'd take a quick look at this lesson here, but let's jump right on in. So to play the E major chord, you are going to place your middle finger on the second fret of the A string. Then you're going to take your ring finger and place it on the second fret of the D string. And then you are going to take your index finger and place it on the first fret of the G string. The rest of the strings are going to be played open, and you're going to play all 6 strings. As you can see here in this chord diagram, there's no little X's near the string names. So you play all 6 strings and it will sound like this. And that's your first chord, the E major chord. What's nice about the E major chord is we can easily turn it into the E minor chord by simply lifting off our index finger. Everything else remains exactly the same. So E major, put the index finger down on the first fret of the G string. To make it into E minor, the E minor chord, all you got to do is pull off that index finger. And hopefully you can hear that kind of more dark tone to it. That's what characterizes it as the minor chord, as opposed to the major chords, which sound kind of brighter and happier. A couple of tips that might help it sound better if you're struggling and it doesn't sound great and kind of buzzing like that, is to make sure that you're using the very tip of your finger to press down, and make sure that you are fretting as close to the metal of the fret as possible without being exactly on the metal. Obviously, since you're stacking fingers like so, you'll have to make some adjustments. You can't be right super close with both fingers, but you'll be able to kind of over time figure out what the sweet spot is. And although it might seem difficult at first, don't worry, everything's difficult at first, and it will just take some time for your fingers to develop the strength and gain that muscle memory to just hop into that position and have your notes ring out clear and true. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Congratulations on learning your first major and minor chords, and we'll see you in the next lesson. Adios, amigos.